Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back to Alice in Wonderland. So we're just doing a little cleanup. Oh, I didn't realize that the signs would spin you around. There's not an incredibly large amount of things to do. If we find that there's like no vegetation whatsoever in any of the other levels, we may have to come back through this area and kill some more vegetation. If we found that for some reason the game memorizes every bit of vegetation you've destroyed, and to get the achievement to kill vegetation you had to find the little bits you missed, that would be kind of crazy, but that would certainly add some gameplay to what is seeming to be a very short game. And when I look at the map, it feels like it was an unfinished game, a game that was over budget and just got kind of shoved out. Being a movie tie-in, perhaps it had to be released within a certain time window, and all of those things don't really work well for video games. Games often run late, and they often run over whatever budget you think they're going to take. And see, it seems very strange that we have these characters, but we haven't found any chess pieces. And this is the second one of these we've found. And we certainly have enough items. We have 8,000 ideas.
Well done, McTwist.
This way is where we go. And this puts us, and you would kind of have hoped for a shortcut there. Puts us right here where we are.
Look, there's a ladder here. Let's climb it.
Let's climb the ladder to find our path. And, so we went that way before, and that's where we had talked to the rose. I don't see any reason why I wouldn't want to go this way again and just look at things.
Mazes I don't like. All the nasty twists and turns make my head throb and hurt. I hop right over them.
Well, I guess that works too. So I guess I know I hit these last time I was here, so I'm assuming and McTwisp isn't really any faster on destroying those statues as anyone else. Although he is kind of faster on destroying benches. And the reason we were here is just for that.
It's floating in the air. Just floating.
Now it is possible
You did it.
that there is something down this path to collect, but we'll get it later. And instead we'll just go this way. I probably already got this.
Why is this thing spinning so?
Like, there's really nothing here. And as far as I can tell, there's no achievement or anything built around this. Now, it'll be interesting to find out if this is a Steam achievement game.
If we climb up onto the statue, we should be able to see the way out of here.
Or if this is simply a
Over here!
in-game achievement game. See, I don't know if this really counts as furniture or not. This is where the giant thorn attacked us. And it seems like it's fine. Seems like it's not going to attack us again. So if there are really any secrets to this maze, it doesn't seem like much. Well, there was definitely things, but we kind of know what they are.
I thought I told you to leave me alone.
And so let's climb up here and see what the game wants us to do. See, we could walk, or we can just quick travel.
You made that look easy.
And see, that just makes me wonder if really we're just kind of wasting our time. Well, no, because if I'm looking right, I think there's a collectible that way. Man, and
You just use your watch, and everything stops.
let's see. Let's just try to get all these chests.
Look, there's a ladder here. Let's climb it.
And so I guess we'll just take the ground path. And of course I die. These
Is that you?
don't feel
How
like
did you do
creatures that
That's impossible.
should be able to do damage. They feel more like they should bounce you back.
I think it's this way.
And I'm like destroying everything in this place just to have a unrealistic amount of collectibles. So we still will have to come back here when we can go invisible. Gotta click the right stick, come down, and do that. We're still trying to do that vegetation achievement. And we are at the almost beginning of the maze. So I imagine their plan is to make this game last a lot longer through a lot of backtracking like this. Which isn't terrible for a video game. I mean, I'm not gonna immediately hate something because it has backtracking, but in this instance there's not a lot of other elements, and without those other elements you get into a odd perspective where familiarity is gonna breed contempt with just repeated sections. And see, we were walking over all of these grubs at the beginning of the game, and none of that seems to mean anything. And this is where apparently this is broken permanently now. so we've got some of these fish statues that we can fix through telekinesis. And we know there's an achievement for that. So before we go through the Alice store, which I assume she's the right size for, because she was small, she got big, and she's small again, so that should be right. Just break all these benches. I assume there's going to be some other things. And you can see these benches are here, so she will sit down on them. Just as an element. That's the weird thing, is that there's engines in this and elements in this game that didn't need to be worked on or programmed at all until we had, I guess maybe we're gonna have to play hide and go seek here. Like, we didn't need to do that until the game had more levels and interactions.
Hush! I'm hunting Dum's hiding spot. Have you spied him?
And we're back to the low frame rate cutscenes, out of engine
I get
cutscenes.
tired of hunting, but I likes the counting, yes. 7, 12, 3, you see? Can you spy Dum for me? I shall wait and count.
So... are we really playing hide and go seek here, or are we just finding him?
How did you spy me? I was invincible.
Not quite up to Cheshire Cat standards, I'm afraid.
I spied you. Contrariwise, you cheated.
Cheshire
No,
Cat
no,
will
you're
be the
just a
one
hater
that
of
can
losing.
go invisible.
Shall we start a different hiding battle? Yes, let's, again.
And so these two
Well done to you too. Do take this with
are
all our
gone.
pleases and thank yous. Goodbye. Farewell. See you again.
Did that seem added on top? Is the bag of gold getting tossed? We can't break these, can we? I'd like to be done with hitting grass, but you won't be. Like, I'm 1/5 of the way through the achievement to get 50,000 or thereabouts, so. Come on, game. It's being contrarian about whether or not I was intending to walk through that door, because you had to hit X to open the door, then walk through it, when better programmers would have had you hit X and then immediately done an in-engine cutscene where the hare walked through it.
Back here again.
Oops. Hopefully I didn't completely cut off that conversation.
Which door was that?
And we're still in a very weird position because we have yet to find the chess piece. And the twist, if we can move the camera around in such a way as we can see this.
I always find that very impressive.
And what did that do? Okay. So it seems almost like it's intentionally designed to give you whatever you may have missed in the game, so there's no chance in the world that you would ever be able to.
Well done.
I wish Alice would stop saying that. Like, they need to really trigger her to stop congratulating you after a certain point. Like, there's something there. But no, it's just animated like there's something there. Hey, we can take some photos off the wall. That's an achievement. Come on. Come on. Man, this cursor is just the ultimate. No. Stop that. Let's see. See how many more we can get pulled down. Ah, and there's a perspective ability too. Good to know. And look how the game is just refusing to let me spin it. Like, seriously. You just have to get it. Yeah, excuse me for coughing, but like, so knocking down certain paintings might just be impossible just because of the way this system is working. So we'll see if perhaps I can come back in a later time and do something different. I imagine all of those will just reset. And this one we can go to. I think. But you'd have to be able to go invisible. So we can't go there. Again, invisibility seems to be the thing that's going to block every path right now. Except for maybe this one. There's a little too much to interact with here. See, this one just takes you back. And I can't like pull the curtain or anything, so I guess this is the only way you can go. So it's pretty obvious it wasn't going to be a open world game, though. It's far too short in that first level to get to a point where it's really, really open world. It's going to be more linear, but maybe you have to come back. And I guess the good news we learned is that Alice can go through regular sized doors even when she's small, if they are regular doors. And one assumes that this door opens to the same location in both places, but we'll find out when we need to go back through this door, if I remember. Looking out here on the edge, you can see just a decent looking skybox, but beyond the trees it gets very, very barren. There are no trees beyond the immediate forest, and then it goes to a skybox pretty quickly. The skybox being a kind of painted background. Do I really need to save?
You just use your watch, and everything stops.
I mean, let's just do it anyways. Like, we are now through all 5 of them. I see no reason not to just go through everything. And see, you would think that rock was something I could move, but it doesn't seem like it is. And it doesn't make a lot of sense that I can break these barriers when these barriers are clearly placed here to guide the player. And that was a very odd jump. Like, it was, if you're walking near this way, you will make the jump regardless.
I like sit here because most people don't. Simple.
I don't know how many of these characters, if any of these rabbit characters, play a significant part in the movie. It would be better if this was a companion story to the movie, but also it kind of has to overlap because there has to be some kind of boss fight, some kind of reason and rhyme to what you're doing. And I guess the question we need to ask ourselves is, where are we? Am I just playing so poorly that I'm not finding any chess pieces, or are they just placing these elements like really, really far apart? Let's see, find the piece, find this, find this. I guess the good news is we kind of know where this is all gonna be. Seems like there's a lot of these collectibles are even in double places, which tells me more than likely there is going to be twice as much levels in the game. Twice as many levels, twice as much, well, twice as many upgrades. Okay. And we started here, we traveled here, and there's this whole trickery that's going on with the doors, and we're going to use these doors to get to this point where our objective is, because we couldn't get there directly. Alright, I'm seeing it. That makes sense. And it's really pointless to ever pick up any life in this game because none of it matters.
No, Knight, no! We need that door! Do not take that door! No, no, no!
Get ready, here they come!
I think I just got hit.
Try not to keep getting hit. It looks terribly painful. Don't come any closer.
So, potentially 500 lost because of that.
Somebody help me.
So it was spinning, I stopped it from spinning. Feels like we're getting a difficulty spike with these kind of fights for really no reason. Like, I expected there to be a lot of these. It doesn't seem like these cards are any different. Like, but there's nothing it seems like we can do here. Seems like we just have to defeat these guys. And see, it feels like this is almost like a portal clearing style game where you would have to close the portal or it just is constant enemies pouring out. That would be interesting if they could have programmed to that. Never Died gives you 100. 3 fighters plus 30.
I thought they were going to catch me this time for sure. Thank you for rescuing me. You did it!
Like, that seems kind of ridiculous that you wouldn't figure it. It seems pretty obvious that that's what the solution was. Before we go anywhere else, though. Man, that camera angle. In an odd way, if this was a portal closing game where you'd run into areas that would open a portal, and clearly this is something somebody's going to be able to do later. It would be not too unlike Bayonetta, which is an odd comparison to compare a definitely not kids game to a allegedly kids game, but I guess it wouldn't work just on the face of that, though. It wouldn't be a great comparison because Bayonetta was very good at having multiple combos and button presses, and there's just no combo button press fighting happening here. Nothing's programmed to that. This is weird because there's supposed to be achievement obtained, yay. There's supposed to be 4 doors here, and I only see 1. Like, so either the door moves or something else happens.
There we are.
What are we doing?
Exactly where we should be.
So we've entered a time element.
This is utterly incomprehensible. Queest. Nowhere. Snot snot. What's that supposed to mean? It's a nonsense, I tell you. An insufferable nonsense.
So we are still in the map, and this might explain Snud. It might explain what went wrong with this game. Is that we're gonna find there are multiple variations and dimensions of the certain places. Nowhere. I can just take that and see everything seems to be blocked off here. So the only thing we can do, Queast, Snud, nowhere. And this probably will just take you back where you need to go. So then the only thing we're looking for is the last bit of the door, which is where? Like where are you hiding? Other part of the door? Maybe you don't walk through the door, maybe you needed to do something else. Like there's interesting. It's very strange that there's just a piece missing here, but I guess we're gonna have to figure it out next time. So we did get this other achievement, which, yay. It's the vegetarian achievement, which will give us another single still image, not even very high resolution by modern standards, image being panned over dramatically. You can't even look at the entire image if you wanted to with your own control. And we have music playing in the background. Not much of a reward. Usually these would just be image gallery things that you would get for just playing the game. Or just owning the game, even not even playing it. Well, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.